Ever feel like you're surrounded by people but still feel alone? Like you're doing everything you're supposed to, but something's missing. I'm Mohammed. I've spent years moving through countries, cultures, and conversations, and if there's one thing I've learned, it's that life is more complicated and more human than we often admit. So I started this vlog, not to lecture, but to explore the things we all feel: identity, loneliness, faith, connection, and sometimes I'm joined by someone special. This is Namin, my funny, smart son. He's 5. But he asks the best questions, like, why do people smile when they're sad? And honestly, he gets to the heart of things faster than most adults. This isn't a typical vlog. It's a space to slow down, think out loud, and maybe hear something you've been ignoring inside yourself. Welcome to the conversation. Let's get curious together.
Is this real or AI? A few years ago, that was a silly question. Now, it's a daily one. Deepfake videos, fake followers, fake experts, even fake apologies. We're living in a time where truth feels optional and trust feels dangerous. So, how do we stay sane in a world where we can't tell what's real? Let's dig into it. Here's something your brain hates: uncertainty. Psychologically, we crave stability, to know what's real, what's safe, who to trust. But now we second guess everything. Is that photo edited? Is this article real news or paid propaganda? Is this person really who they say they are? Your brain gets exhausted. It's called truth fatigue. The more you're exposed to conflicting or false information, the more you stop caring. Not because you don't want the truth, but because chasing it feels hopeless. And that, ironically, makes us more vulnerable to manipulation.
Hello, I am totally real human boy, not robot. Just kidding, but seriously, I asked my mom if I could have 2 cookies. She said, no, that's not healthy. So I deepfaked her voice saying, yes, of course my brilliant son can have cookies. Guess what? She still said no. So now I'm asking AI to make me a fake cookie too. If truth is dead, I want digital dessert.
Here's a weird truth. Even smart people fall for fakes because our brains don't always fact check. They shortcut. We trust what feels familiar, what looks polished, what aligns with our emotions. That's why deepfakes, AI voice clones, and even fake social media personas work. They bypass logic and go straight to emotion. And once we believe something, even if it's false, changing our minds, that's hard. Cue emotional investment, ego, confirmation bias. We end up defending what's fake because it feels real. Now here's where things get dark. When you've been lied to enough, when headlines contradict each other, when even your favorite creators turn out to be fake, you start doubting everything, even the people you used to trust, even yourself. That's called epistemic collapse, when your internal sense of truth breaks down. And it's exhausting, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, because without trust, there's no foundation. And without a foundation, everything feels shaky, even your own thoughts.
Breaking news! A new study shows that 83% of 7-year-olds can spot a fake video faster than their parents, unless that study is fake. Or I made it up just now. Look, I don't know. I believe my goldfish is spying on me. But he also forgets I fed him like 2 seconds ago. So maybe trust isn't dead. Maybe it's just very confused.
We live in a world where authenticity is often a performance. Influencers post vulnerable photos after 30 minutes of lighting, makeup, and brand deals. People film themselves crying, but only after hitting record. Even apologies feel scripted. We're addicted to what looks real, even if it's totally constructed. So we confuse honesty with aesthetics, vulnerability with virality, truth with storytelling, and we lose the ability to tell the difference. Here's the good news. You don't need to solve the world's misinformation crisis. But you can do 3 things to stay grounded. Slow down your reactions. Don't trust everything you read at first glance, even if it feels right. Fact check, even when it's inconvenient. Truth often hides behind effort. Stay connected to real people, not followers, not content, people. Truth is easier to spot in community, harder to fake when you feel truly seen. Here's the deal. Truth may be under attack, but curiosity, that's still yours. Discernment, still yours. And your ability to pause, to ask, to think critically, that's power. Don't stop trusting. Just start trusting wisely. Next time, we'll talk about something sneaky. Why we keep rebranding our trauma as growth when maybe we're just avoiding the pain. Take care of your brain and tell your goldfish he's not fooling anyone.